How's everybody doing? My name's Augie with VIP Playlist. I'm here with my wonderful co-host.
Hey guys, it's Adam.
Today we have a pretty dope ass band with this. I'm sorry, choking. Sorry. Uh, I the more I dig and like find out about y'all's band, the more I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. So if y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourselves and what band you're in and what y'all do for the band as well.
I'm Caleb. I'm in Serling. I play guitar and I do the vocals.
I'm Brandon. I'm the drummer for Serling, and I also write all of the lyrics.
Nice. Now, the reason I say that I fall in love with this band like more and more the more I dig into it, what is the concept of the band?
The concept of the band is completely around the Twilight Zone, the show from like the 50s and 60s,
Yeah.
specifically. We may branch out to the later episodes as soon as we run out of our favorite material, which is around the earlier ones, of course.
Yeah.
But all the lyrics are inspired by a particular episode. The song title itself for all of our songs, except for one, or two, technically, is all based on that particular episode. So if you like a certain song from us, you can just sort of look up that song name and find the episode and easy peasy, be able to find out what we're screaming about.
That's so dope. Yeah. So the Twilight Zone, even the name of the band, Rod Serling is the creator. So Serling, I'm assuming that's where you got the name from. That's really badass, dude. I used to watch the Twilight Zone when I was a kid. The only one I remember though, I remember my dad used to have it on frequently, but the only one that I remember is was it Beauty is an Eye of the Beholder, I think is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was the one I remember the most. And then of course I remember like the movie. I watched that. But I think that was later, like the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah. There was another movie I think as well, and I vaguely remember about like I think the beginning of it is like a kid in an arcade. That may have been later as well. And then he goes back to this like creepy ass house. Do you remember that?
I don't know if I remember that one.
I don't.
There's
Yeah.
been there's obviously been the movie. There was a '80s remake. I think there was an early 2000s remake, and then just a couple of years ago, Jordan Peele did a remake.
Oh
Kind of
shit, I didn't
cool.
even know he did a remake.
Yeah, if if you get like if you subscribe to like Paramount Plus, which I do because it allows me to watch every Twilight Zone thing ever, um,
Nice.
you can see all the Jordan Peele stuff too.
Yeah. That's really cool. I didn't know he did it. Man, that dude, he's all up in the spooky shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
I
I
heard
liked it.
that.
I thought he actually did a good job, but it got canceled after 2 seasons.
Yeah, I know the movie he just made. What is it called? The Alien movie he just made.
Nope.
Yeah, that one. Nope.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah.
that movie is actually creepy as shit. I heard
Yeah,
like a lot of
I
good
love
things
everything
about
he does.
it.
hmm
I kind of want to watch it, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want to get scared.
I saw it in theaters. It was a different take
Hmm.
on like an alien movie. I feel like honestly, it could have been like a movie based on a Twilight Zone theme. I feel actually like
Yeah,
I don't know. It was really well done, and uh, you think that the movie title "Nope" stands for because like I mean you see in the movie like he's like nope I ain't dealing with this shit, but
yeah.
it's actually it stands for not of planet Earth. So it's just like
Ah,
Yeah.
it's got a whole theme behind it.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw that movie. It was I dug it for sure. It's definitely
It
interesting.
is, was it scary, Adam?
Uh I wouldn't say it was scary, but I don't know, dude. I don't really be and I'm not trying to sound cool. Like I don't really get scared of like scary movies.
Yeah.
I'm more of a squeamish guy, like needles and eyes and like guts and stuff. I don't like that, but like just scary, suspenseful stuff. I don't know. It doesn't really freak me out too much. I'm
All
more of a
right.
squeamish kind of person.
All right, cool. I can handle it then, I think.
You can handle it. You got it.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you scared? You scary boy?
I don't know, man. See, that's the thing. I haven't like actually. We don't watch like movies.
That's true.
Like I haven't watched a movie in a really. Actually, I take that back. The only movies I watch are like Seth Rogen movies, and that's just like
Yeah,
once in a blue moon. And it's just
yeah,
because like 9 times out of 10, it's like a Friday night. My kids are in bed, and it's like midnight, and
yeah.
I'm not tired, so I just throw on like I don't know, Pineapple
You're
Express or
you're just
something.
trying to chill. You're not
Yeah,
trying to get the shit scared out of you
yeah,
before you
exactly.
can
Yeah,
Yeah,
sleep in the
absolutely.
next day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got 3 kids. He does not sleep in.
No,
He he
no.
gets scared enough just for the
Yeah.
kids. I'm sure
Yeah, dude.
you need
Yeah.
something
And
to
then
chill
there's
there.
always that, like, what if the kids walk in at the wrong time and then they're scarred for life, traumatized. But no, I mean, so what is it with the Twilight Zone? Like, is that something that like maybe y'all did with y'all's parents or something when y'all were younger, or did we just watch the Twilight Zone, or how did y'all get into that?
With me, I usually binge watch shows whenever I get the flu. So I think one of the times where I had the flu for a week, I just watched all of the Twilight Zone episodes and was just completely stoked on it. And the next flu I had, I think it was Seinfeld, and it's just that sort of theme. So I just
Gotcha.
pick one show and just run it into the ground. And Twilight Zone was one of them. And among all of the friends that I have, Brandon is the only one that's actually watched them,
Yeah,
and we can like talk about it.
I
And
gotcha.
Okay.
yeah, so that was just a connection we had personally. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting finding out that I had another friend who went as much as I did. I remember vividly, I don't remember how old I was. I was in elementary school. I was young. I just woke up randomly. I had the sci-fi channel on, and I just woke up randomly at like 2, 3 in the morning, probably dehydrated or whatever. And
Yeah.
I just remember looking up at the TV, and there was a guy sitting at like uh, just sitting at this diner, and suddenly a third arm pulled out of his trench coat, and it was in black and white, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then the other guy behind the counter seemed scared, but then he took his hat off and he had a third eye, and whoa! And it just like
Yeah.
went to the credits, and then all of a sudden the creepy like do 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 like another episode came on, and I
Hmm.
that was it. I was
Yeah.
hooked. If I had not woken up at that time that day, I don't know if I would have ever cared about the show. But
That's
Wow.
awesome.
right place, right time. That episode was "Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up?"
Yeah.
And just yeah, and I just watched it till the sun came up. Like I just loved it. But yeah, I think I recited something randomly when I was at Caleb's house, and Caleb just like kind of cocked his head back, just like knew what I was saying, and I was like we were kind of like the Spider-Man meme where they point at each other.
Yeah.
A man of culture.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
The old step brothers that we just become best friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Nice, dude. That's awesome, dude. I think the Twilight Zone, it always like that was a very well written show for being so old. Like I feel like you never really knew like what the outcome of the show was gonna be. Like it was always some off the wall shit. Like you're like, okay. I know how this is gonna end, and then you don't know how it's gonna fucking end.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's what I always really enjoyed about it. But yeah, man, that's really cool.
Well, so we know what you guys sort of, you know, your theme, but how'd you guys get into your, respective instruments and abilities, and how'd you guys sort of meet up?
I've been dabbling with guitar since I was around 11. I'm 35 now. So
Okay,
I've been
okay.
playing for
Oh,
constantly. Yeah, I'm old. Um, I growing up, I only had a couple hobbies. Like I grew up in the sticks in Maine, and I still live in the sticks of Maine. So I could only skateboard a few months out of the year. So most of the time I'm just sort of stuck inside. So I just picked up a guitar and never really put it down ever.
Yeah.
So at first, of course, I'm being coerced by my dad to learn all this Molly Hatchet, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Boomer stuff, and that's cool. It got me to learn a few things, but till I started picking up bass and learning about Primus and Victor
Yeah,
Wooten and all
yeah.
that stuff, and started learning slap. Now that I'm a bass player in Maine, which has no people in it, if there's a bass player around, I can get into a band. So I
Oh
found
yeah,
some
dude.
kids from a different high school. Oh, you play bass? Yeah, I'll join. And then I start playing their stuff. Never heard anything like this before. Never heard any local music of any kind. I was just a bedroom player that just got dragged into something. And then they start talking to me about bands, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. What is a glass jaw? Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So from then on, I start getting mixed CDs every practice, and then I'm just getting inundated with all of this fantastic stuff. Some stuff I can't stand. Most of the stuff I grabbed onto immediately, like, wow, Fear Before the March of Flames is cool. This is neat, you know? And just started getting into all that stuff, and never really looked back. I don't really know of any of I stopped learning old music a while ago and just started learning how to play uglier and uglier, adding more strings to my guitar, learning about, this I can't head bob to this. What's wrong with this riff? Oh, it's in 7. What does that mean? That's so cool. And then just obsessing with rhythm.
It's not ugly. It's progressive, right?
Oh, it's progressive. But the closest thing I had to any sort of weird riff, based on my upbringing, was any Frank Zappa stuff. I'm still a big fan of Frank Zappa, but they're, just not really hearing it in the chaotic sense that you can get with the Chariot or Dillinger.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Stuff like that. So once I was able to grasp a hold of these weird rhythms, polyrhythms, and just these wild guitar sounds, it just kept going and going and going. So
fun fact, we have somebody that lives in my neighborhood, and my daughter's friends with them. And she was like, well, they're on vacation right now. I was like, oh, really? That's cool. When they go on vacation? She was like, Maine. And I was like, who the fuck goes to Maine for vacation?
Too many people, honestly.
Really?
A lot of people.
What even is there to see? Like, I never hear anything about Maine. And then, you know what, Adam, I got a geography question right. So I'm not as bad as I thought about geography.
True.
My wife was like, isn't the Niagara Falls in Maine? And I was like, no, it's in New York. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And guess what? It's in fucking New York.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you go.
Yeah. Anyways, Brandon, how about you, man?
Just to finish that, it's a lot of people come here.
That's insane, dude.
Because they just think that it's really pretty on the coast here, and they want to eat lobster and have that experience.
Like I've been to Boston, and I thought that was dope. So I'm sure Maine. You're just going more north, so it's probably even
colder.
Not. Well, I was going to say maybe not as bustling. So more chill. So yeah.
The coastlines around here are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I bet.
Nice.
I can imagine.
That's awesome, dude.
And our whole state population is just over 1 million. Like, there's probably 1 million people just in Quincy's market alone. So you feel like you have a little more space.
Yeah.
So we got the most lighthouses in the world, at least in the U.S.
That's badass, dude.
Yeah, the population of Maine is Boston times 2.
Wow, dude.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That actually seems kind of nice.
Yeah, dude. See, you were clowning, and now look at you.
No, it does. No, I was clowning, but because when I go to pick out a vacation spot, I'm never thinking Maine.
I don't blame you. People.
That's also extremely fucking far. That's literally the furthest point from me.
You try to stay pretty close. You went to Arkansas, which we're in Texas, so not that far.
Yeah, no, dude, that's literally it's the furthest point away from me right now, in the United States, minus Hawaii. All right.
Yeah.
Completely different scenery change might be good for you.
Yeah, it might, dude.
You might love it. You never know.
Yeah, that is true, dude.
Sick of this 110 weather down here.
God damn, dude, I hate this weather.
Yeah.
It's so fucking hot.
Yeah, it's just been rainy up here.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, we've rented Seattle's weather system for the summer, I think.
Okay.
I've been to Seattle. That place is pretty.
Oh, I've only experienced the weather. I haven't been to Seattle. But...
Yeah. That's the furthest point away from you.
Yeah.
But Brandon, how'd you get into your respective instrument?
Yeah, so drums. I grew up around music my whole life. My grandmother used to play acoustic guitar and stuff, and she was really into old school country, and so every family gathering we had, everyone was playing like some form of an instrument, playing old school country. So music was, I guess, ingrained in me my whole life. But wasn't until I was about 11 that a friend of mine had just a busted up shitty three-piece drum set on his front lawn. And I just started playing it, and I just I would they would go off and play, and I would just keep playing this thing. And he just goes, "Hey, if you go tell your grandmother to give me like $50, you can have this." So I went and I begged her. She gave me the money reluctantly, and I mean, I brought the drums over to my house. We were literally neighbors, so I just walked it over and put it in my room, and I just literally just did not stop playing that thing. I can't even imagine how much I annoyed the piss out of my family. You're just banging on drums like this is like
Yeah.
I maybe knew 2 beats, but I'm thankful that my grandmother, who always pushed the importance of music, and she always told everyone in the household, do not go tell him he's being too loud. Do not go stop him. Let him learn. And
That's
so
awesome.
eventually I started playing music. Like back then, I think I was listening to, obviously I listened to like Slipknot and Korn originally. Listened to, I think Metallica was the first ever heavy band I got into, but also used to listen to bands like Flaw and Linkin Park was a big one, even though they were a little bit different from me at the time. But I would just listen to these songs, and I would literally just by ear just try to repeat them. And to this day, if I'm listening to a song, I know what the drummer's hitting, how often, it's like you can visually see what the drummer's doing and what their cymbals are and whatnot, just because that's just how I learned. That's how I trained myself. So
that's really cool, man. That's awesome.
I just played and just kept going. And by the next year, the age of 12, I was in my first band and started just playing out in the local scene. I played my first bar when I was 12.
Oh, nice.
I will never forget. It was in the old port of Portland. Just me and a bunch of high school. I mean, I was in middle school, everyone else in high school. The bar owner just looks at us, goes, "How old are you guys?" They're like 18, 18, 18. He gets to me and I go, 12. It's a 21 plus bar. And the guy goes, "Okay, so you guys are on the bill, so you can go play right now. As soon as you play, I need you to pack up your shit and get the fuck out of here."
Wow, that's awesome. They still let you play, dude.
He still let us play.
Nice.
But yeah, just I think from there it really just took off. I got into a lot of more metalcore bands. Like the bands that Caleb mentioned, I thought were so experimental back then. I was like, dude, these bands suck. Tony Danza sucks. Couldn't get into these bands. They weren't 4/4, wasn't my style. I was more like Emir, For the Fallen Dreams, the Acacia Strain. Those are the MySpace bands that raised me. And then, you also asked how we got together. We have a mutual friend whose name is Gavin. Gavin Spellman. I'll give him a shout out. Anyone wants to? He's the best photographer in the state of Maine. Go look at his shit. It's fantastic. But at the time, he was a vocalist in my band, and he was like, "Hey, I got a buddy. Caleb plays guitar. We should come hang out with him sometime." And still at that time, I really listened to 4/4 music, but just being around Caleb more and actually getting exposed to a couple of things. Like he would just have a song playing, I think, in his house, and I would just be like, "Oh, this is actually kind of cool." And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is Danza." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, but I think Danza sucks. I can't like this." But it was it just grew from there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah, for sure.
Caleb just exposed me to so much more. And now to be in this band that we're in with the time signatures that we play, I never would have thought I'd be in a band like this. So
yeah,
Caleb has helped me grow immensely, and it was all because of a shared mutual friend that brought us together.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Adam have been friends for a long time. We bounce music back and forth from each other. So there's a lot that Adam wouldn't listen to for a while. Just wasn't his style. Which I don't blame him because he's a little more what would you call it, Adam?
I don't know. What would you call it, Augie?
Like he's a little more I don't know the right word to say, but he
Are you trying to say picky?
Yeah, but nicely. I was trying to say it nicely.
Oh, okay. So whatever is below I wouldn't say I'm like that anymore, but I think Augie's trying to call me a music snob, but I don't.
No, no, no. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to say like you're a little more like you know what you like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I was trying to be
I,
nice about it. I wasn't trying to be a dick.
I can't really explain what I like. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, I like what I like, and I don't like what I don't like.
I will
Uh,
say Adam is loyal.
oh
So
yeah,
like if he finds a band that he likes, no matter how drastic they change their sound, Adam's like, you know what, this still fucks. I'll listen
oh
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's it. I'm with him. Yeah.
They're one of the
Yeah.
only ones I know that are like that.
Yeah. Adam is loyal as fuck to a band,
Uh-huh.
bro.
Yeah.
Listen up, all you VIP peers.
And VI
We have a
players.
goddamn Patreon now.
It's so aggressive.
I did.
We have a Patreon now,
Yeah, motherfuckers.
and a Discord,
Yeah,
and a YouTube,
Discord. Come
but
join it.
no webcams yet.
No webcams. You can't see our beautiful face.
Not yet.
Yeah. Shout out to Enormous Adam on Discord. Hit him up if you need a Discord. He did a great job on ours. It looks cool. But guess what? You won't know how it looks unless you join that bitch. If you would, please join our Discord and our Patreon. It would be really cool of you. We would love you forever. We still love you forever, even if you don't.
Yeah. You,
But-
you join the Patreon, you're gonna get stickers. You get to
Stickers.
dehumanize me.
Yes.
You want to know what that means?
Go look
to
at
the
the
Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's
And
it.
subscribe to our fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah. Comment.
Thank you.
Review. Subscribe. We
Yeah,
love you
all
more.
that stuff. Do everything that you do for all the people that you love on YouTube. Do it for us too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We love you. One of the questions we'd like to ask, I think we kind of skipped over it actually, Augie, is some of your guys' earliest music memories. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you're into now, but just sort of, something that your parents, grandparents, friends showed you, stuff like that, that kind of sticks with
Yeah,
you.
just some before you could even pick your own music, man. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. Which I have Frank Zappa,
Mm-hmm.
so I figured that would be a good one for Caleb to add.
Yeah. What are some others?
For like a playlist? Is that-
Yeah. To put
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
playlist,
We're going to start slapping this stuff on a playlist.
I have a lot of the bands that y'all mentioned wrote down, so
Oh,
we're
wonderful.
just gonna be like a we're gonna go from like oldest to
Yep.
yeah, like a timeline.
Oh, okay.
This is going to get pretty wild for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Caleb go first, but this is going to be eclectic.
So early stuff. Van Halen got my rocks off pretty good when I was
Nice.
a kid. Black Sabbath scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, and that's what got me into metal immediately.
Yeah.
The first Black Sabbath album. As far as blues stuff, when I was about 8th grade, there was a Tab Benoit album that was pretty tight. Then I started joining a band. Glassjaw was huge for me.
Yeah, Glassjaw.
You've already written that down, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jeff Buckley blew my mind, still does. Let's see, Misery Signals.
Oh, nice. We don't get that
yeah.
about much.
Oh, Misery Signals is fantastic. You can
Mhm.
pick anything you want. They've done no wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, bands that have done no wrong for me. Faith No More and Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Never heard of them at all.
They did Come On Eileen.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
They
Okay.
have an album called To Rye Eye. Fantastic, front to back, all bangers.
One of the best scenes of Tommy Boy, too.
Gotcha.
Yes, indeed.
I think that's let's get some from Brandon because we got kind of a big list going here. So we're gonna start adding these on pretty soon. So let's get
all you
some
had
from
to do was
Brandon.
tell me to shut up. I'll
Yeah.
keep going.
No, you're good, dude. You're good. That's good.
Man, the earliest shit I used to jam, I remember like fucking dancing in the kitchen to Shania Twain's "Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under?"
Oh my
Like,
God.
my
Oh.
grandmother loved that album. Holy shit, did I used to rock it?
That's a good song too.
And I'd switch back and forth between that and like Ozzy.
Nice.
That's all right.
No rhyme
Nothing
or
wrong with
reason. Just switch the CDs between that. And I used to have a cassette that had one fucking song on it. Will Smith getting jiggy with it.
Fuck yes, baby.
Yes.
He is
that
not
was
talked about enough. All right.
that was pretty much me as a child. Really?
So the beginning of this playlist. Well, first of all, do y'all have a name for this thing yet? Do y'all want to name it?
Something just came to my mind. Our manager and lawyer Bobby was telling me about him and his buddy Bill yesterday having a conversation about fleshlights and if they were designed after certain celebrities. And Bill said, "Dude, it would be sick if there was like a Will Smith one. That would be awesome."
Oh.
And
Oh
then
my
Bobby
God.
said, "What? The Flesh Prince of Bel-Air?"
That is beautiful.
So I think we'll name it the Flesh
The
Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I love this. This might.
Yeah,
So
that's really good.
I'm sure you guys aren't aware, but we do sort of an awards ceremony. And we kind
This
of
has my
pick like
vote.
our we pick our favorite like playlist name, favorite interview, blah. This is already there. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure nothing's gonna top this.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Bobby. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's our manager's contribution.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to throw in here is some Frank Zappa, man. Let's start off with that. Give us one of your favorite Frank Zappa songs.
Oh shit. It's off Zoot Allures. I need to look it up. It's the very first track. I think it's you'll wind up working at a gas station or
Yeah, wind up working at a gas station.
yeah,
Prototype.
the chorus is in 5 and it's so catchy.
Yo, I didn't realize so this is y'all are like the second band who's mentioned Zappa.
Hmm.
I didn't realize how much that dude fucking rocks, bro.
Oh yeah, it's killer.
He kicks ass, dude.
Yeah, my favorite era is from like 70 to like 72 before he was pushed off stage into like an orchestra pit and broke his
Mhm.
leg and almost died. That was the time where he was touring with Flo and Eddie from the Turtles.
Okay.
And there's just a handful of live albums. Just Another Band in LA and Fillmore East 1971. They're live performances and so much fun to listen to. So much fun.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna add Who's Bed next by Shania.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we can go. Let's go ahead and knock out the Will Smith. He said getting jiggy with it. We'll throw that one on there
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, the playlist is named after him, so
yeah, for
gotta-
sure. Gotta. That should have been the
Mhm.
first track, but
Yeah, I'm
make
pumped.
him wait for it. All right. Let's go Faith No More,
RV.
and then Ozzy.
Ozzy. So I think No More Tears is probably the song I used to jam the most off that album, specifically.
7-minute song, bro.
Is it 7 minutes?
There's a edit. There's like I'm assuming a radio edit that's 5 minutes.
Yeah, just do the radio edit.
Okay.
Oh, dude, we had one band put like 6 12-minute songs, so don't worry about length.
Yeah, it was like Tool.
Yeah,
Just all
Tool,
fucking
something.
I was
I
going to
think
ask
one
if
of
that
them
was just the Lorna Shore album.
Yeah. You said Dixie's Midnight Runners.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's Make This Precious. That's off To Right Eye.
All right. And then Metallica.
I mean, Master of Puppets was ultimately the album that got me into I guess heavy music, and I'd go with Battery.
Battery.
I still think to this day, people would call me lame. Something about that song, it's the perfect album intro to me.
Yeah.
Whether you like them or not, I think that song if you're into that music, there's no better opening to an album than Battery. In my
Yeah, man. They've been killing it for a long time, dude. I think that's what some bands can only dream of, man. They've been on top for a while making
Mhm.
music, so
They have been. I stopped listening after Fuel.
yeah.
But I mean, they're still doing it. So kudos to them.
Yeah. Go Van Halen. These are just still some of the older ones. So Van Halen.
Drop Dead Legs.
You said Black Sabbath as well.
Yeah, the self-titled song Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath. Boom, bam, bam, bam.
Was it Tab Benoit?
Yeah, TAB and then space BENOIT.
All right. What song?
Oh God. There was a album called The Swampland Jam of 1998 there, guy. Um, and I believe there's a song on there called Too Many Dirty Dishes. And the rendition of that he does is
Dude,
pretty
that
neat.
could be the name of my memoirs.
Yes, 100%, bro. 5 people in a house. There's 2 things that I always have plenty of, and it's dirty clothes and dirty dishes.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah, that's what you do until you die.
Yes,
You
fucking
become a
laundry,
bear.
bro. I swear to God, I try to like minimize because I wear uniforms for work, so I literally wear the same thing almost every day, and yet there's still like a shit ton. I'm like, I don't even. How did that even get out? Like, I didn't even wear that. Where the fuck did that come from? Like, I swear, dude, it's just like crawling off the hangers into the line. I don't know. It sucks.
I hate that.
Last one for this like older era, Jeff Buckley.
Um, Opened once.
Try to get some that we don't get a whole lot. Tab and Jeff are definitely some that we don't get a lot. So y'all mentioned bands. Well, actually, we got like Primus, which is an amazing band. Love them.
Hell yeah.
Man, I think Adam didn't he buy like their greatest hits or some shit once?
Yeah.
I fucking love that. That album was so great, dude.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Of course, like Glass Joe and shit. I want to talk about like the Chariot. Y'all mentioned. I think I talked. I don't remember who it was that I messaged. That was you, Caleb.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
y'all, I mean, when I listened to y'all's new song "Escape Clause," it definitely reminded me of the Chariot, and I was a diehard Chariot fan. We actually went to their farewell show
Nice.
forever ago. I guess that was like, damn, that was what 2010.
I don't
Something
know.
like that. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
No, I don't think it was that long ago.
When did yeah, anyways, but they were just an amazing band and they were very raw is the correct word.
Raw.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Like that's literally the only thing you can say to describe them because the amount of feedback that's in that first fucking album is ridiculous. You just hear this squealing like every fucking 10 seconds. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
But I fell in love with that band and I followed them literally forever. And it gave me that the Chariot vibes 100%. So
Thank you.
yeah, it
The
definitely
biggest
like
compliment you can give Caleb.
yeah, it definitely like
Boy.
filled a gap that was missing that has
Yeah.
been missing for so long.
I agree. I think also I got like Tony Danza, tap dance, extravaganza vibes,
Mhm.
Emir, early Norma Jean, like all that. So again, that's stuff that we came up on.
Yeah.
You mentioned
We're
your
very
age.
close. We're very close to
Yeah,
that to
Augie
your
and I
age. Yeah.
are 32, 33. I think Augie's
Yeah.
46.
No, shut up. I'll be
Yeah,
what year
nice.
is it? It's 2023. I'll be 33 in August.
Yeah. So we came up on all that stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
basically, like we eat that up, man.
Yeah.
Really good shit. I guess talking about that, what's y'all's writing process like? So how do you pick, I guess, what episode or what themes you're gonna sort of write
You got like
about?
a
How does
dartboard that y'all
work?
just throw.
Yeah.
This is a funny question because every time we answer it, I think the response is always like, "Really? This is how you guys do this?" Because it's not normal. But uh, basically, I mean, if you want to go back to the very beginning, this band was created because I had a child and I could no longer do music the way that I always had in
Yeah.
the past. I didn't have the free time I had anymore. I didn't have any of that shit.
Yeah.
Also, height of a pandemic, I'm at home all the time. I'm working, I'm like mapping drums in my house. So I said to Caleb, hey, no more BS. We've been in so many failed bands. Let's create a 2-piece band, you and me, based on our favorite television show. I'll send you drum tracks. You write guitars and bass to it. I'll write the lyrics for it, and we'll pick the episodes we want to cover beforehand. Caleb said,
Nice.
deal. That's literally what we do.
I think the majority of people that I talk to, they write guitars first. So you're writing guitars to the drums.
Yeah, I get a drum track first, and at first it was a little bit weird, but I whenever I'm recording or trying to write, I am a perpetual overthinker,
Hmm.
and there will just be a song in my computer for 6 months that'll never get finished because you know what? This transition between these two riffs sounds like I'm in the third grade. I'm fucking stupid. I should not be writing music. I'm done. This is awful. But if I get sent a drum track where I like, all right, these are my this is the whole
That's
thing.
like your frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
I
you.
I can't go outside of this. This is where I need to stay. And now all I need to do is just plug in my instrument of choice and just jam out until my head's bobbing or I'm about to crowd kill some antiques in my room and then call it good. And now we can move on to the next bit and just, yeah. So that's my process. And it's so much easier to do it that way.
Yeah.
I just sit here and have fun.
That's
And
awesome, man. That's
yeah.
really cool. I dig that.
The best thing I can share, honestly, is Caleb will send me whenever, for instance, one of our songs is A Stop at Willoughby.
Yeah.
There's a breakdown about three-quarters of the way through that is like very, like I created it based on a 4/4 beat that I previously had with another band, but I totally fucked with it. And Caleb sent me when he finally finished guitars to it. And he just paused his computer and he goes, "You missed a fucking meltdown. Holy shit." Like thinking of Caleb having meltdowns over just trying to understand, like, what the fuck are you counting, Brandon? You know, it's those moments that I look for when he
Yeah.
sends me finished products.
That's awesome, and that's different for sure, but that's really cool that y'all make it work like that.
Yeah, it works for
And
you
it
guys.
sounds like there's more than two people in the band, dude. Y'all got a big fucking sound for only being two
Yeah,
people,
I saw
man.
I saw some live footage and I was like, what the hell? It's just two of them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
awesome.
awesome, dude. That's really cool. Funny because when I told Adam before this, we were talking about y'all being based on the Twilight Zone, and I was like, it's actually kind of genius because they have like 156 episodes to choose from. And like, if they want to do the movies, they could do the movies too. They got a lot of fucking material, man. It's kind of genius,
Mm-hmm.
And most bands are like struggling to write songs, but y'all have endless fucking material.
Yep.
It's true.
I wouldn't say
And
endless, but y'all have a couple years worth of material sitting right there. So
No, I mean, if we
it's
run
true.
out of Twilight Zone stuff, we'll just move on to Twin Peaks or X-Files and call it good.
X-Files, that would be dope, dude.
Yeah, X-Files would be sweet.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's awesome, man. What is y'all's favorite episode if y'all could choose?
Mine would probably be, the more I see it, is Mr. Beavis.
Okay.
Oh,
It's so funny. We've done interviews in the past, of course, and I swear to God, if we go back and listen to every single one, we've answered this question differently because we've
Every
asked
time?
this, and
Yeah,
I think
it
every single
changes, I'm
time.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
I relate it to like when people like all the time ask you, "What's your favorite band?" And I'm
Mhm.
like, it's so hard to quantify that. Honestly, it's can almost be like an in the moment type
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, there's so many fucking good episodes, but truthfully, I think where I am in life right now, the episode Walking Distance is
Okay.
really sticks out to me. It's, just whole moral premise of it is this guy just wants to go back to the great old days of his life. And his dad just tries to remind him, like, yeah, you had good old days, but like you could have good old days now. There's good old days ahead of you.
Yeah.
The actual quote is, "You've been looking behind you. Try looking ahead." And I just like, with the recent changes in my own life, I really hold that tight to the chest. Just say
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's
you
great.
do kind of miss the days of before you were a parent and when you were really young and could do whatever with music, but there's a lot of good stuff to come. Like
Yeah.
try looking ahead. You got to refocus here.
For sure. That's awesome, man. So we have a bunch of bands that y'all have mentioned. I didn't want to do a whole segment of just y'all naming songs and shit, so I wanted to break it
I
up a little
can-
bit.
I
Go
was gonna say,
ahead.
I can ask a question if
Yeah,
you
go.
want. Okay. I was just gonna add more bands, but it'll kind of go with with what we're doing here.
Yeah.
We talked about, some of your core memories and like early music, but what was some of the music you guys remember like that you sought out that you picked on your own? Or maybe the first album you went and bought with your own money, that kind of thing.
Or cassette for the old guy up there. I'm just fucking with you, man.
Yeah, the 8-track.
I'm just fucking with you.
Shit. Oh shit. I do remember the first CD I ever bought, and that was Weird Al Running with Scissors.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I bought Nellyville.
Fuck
Yes.
I bought that in
God
sixth
damn.
grade.
yeah.
I mowed some
beautiful.
fucking lawn so I could go to Walmart and get Nellyville.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was censored, which sucked. But
Oh, yeah. Walmart.
Oh man.
it was
So there was
Walmart.
like 3 words a song.
I
Yeah,
know,
dude.
but oh man, that bumped for months.
That's badass.
Censored Nelly.
Yeah, they had to censor Nelly. Oh,
It's
man.
getting hot in here, so go back to church.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Oh man,
shit.
Air Force Ones was my jam, dude. That's
Put it on
to
there.
this to
Air
this
Force
day.
Ones.
Air Force
I'll try to
Ones.
walk work to it.
Nice. And then Weird Al. What
Yeah.
song off of that album?
Which of all those legendary songs?
Albuquerque. I think that song's 11 minutes long.
It
That
is.
would be great.
It is.
Perfect.
It's beautiful.
Right
It's a
after
nice
Air
little,
Force Ones.
it's a nice little palate cleanser for all
what we're
these.
about to put on there.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best to put these in a certain order, but I'm not gonna focus too hard on it. So let's go with Primus first. What song you got for me for Primus?
Oh, Primus?
Primus.
Yes.
My bad.
Welcome to This World.
And then Linkin Park.
Oh man, so many fucking bangers. Let me find. There's a very specific song that I used to listen to, and I used to have AOL up. And oh my God, I used to just put the lyrics in my away statuses to try to get
Fuck
attention.
yeah. AIM.
Oh man. Dude, if that
Man.
could come back in some fashion, that would be
The
absolutely
little
incredible.
door opening when your friends got online, man.
Oh yeah. No, it's not that. No, it's the fuck. My phone is failing me at this exact moment. It's the fucking album with like the anime shit on it. You know what? Let's just do Crawling because that was a good song.
No.
That had a lot of emotion.
Okay.
That got a lot of people to comment on my away status. Like, are you okay? Like, yeah, I just need a girlfriend.
Glassjaw.
Gold.
And then you mentioned one, and I barely caught the name of it. It sounded like you said Flaw.
Flaw. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Flaw was my jam. Get Up Again.
Fear Before.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one, but
Listen to the songs and find that one.
No, it's off Art Damage. It's towards the beginning of Art Damage. The party is an hour till they spike in the punch. I think it's yeah, should have stayed in the shallows.
That was that old MySpace shit. That was some good shit there, dude.
I love that.
hmm I probably did fuck up the time on this, but whatever. Corn.
Boy, what song could you could just put their whole discography on this
Yeah,
shit?
man.
Fucking bangers. But just because Caleb and I actually practice this sometimes, let's go with Blind.
Yeah, that's a great one. I
The
went back and
first
listened.
Korn single.
I went back and listened to that album not too long ago, and it still fucking holds up to this day.
Yeah, dude.
It's such a good album. I listened to that one, Follow the Leader, Untouchable, like their first like 4 or 5 albums, and they're all still just fucking great. Slipknot.
Spit It Out. I remember I asked the DJ at my like sixth grade. A lot of shit happened in sixth grade. Like it was sixth grade dance. I asked him to play that song. He was like, yeah, no. It's like, come on,
Come on,
pussy.
man.
It's so good.
Misery Signals.
Oh shit. That's a yeah.
By the way, I just have to ask while he's looking this up. Does every other band do this where sometimes they have songs off the top of their head, other times they're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
they
yeah,
go
people
look up the
bust out their phones
discography.
all the time.
Yeah, especially nowadays with like, streaming music, hardly anybody knows song names anymore. So,
You
Yeah.
remember like the song names from your youth up until I don't know, you're about
hmm
15. After that,
yeah.
it's
Well,
tough.
that MySpace era got really difficult because there was like chapter long song names. So all the ones before that were a lot easier to remember.
I'll go with A Certain Death.
All right. Amir.
Man, that's a good one, Caleb. Their first album, Goodbye to the Gallows.
Yes.
If I'm being honest, it's definitely in my top three albums. It might be my favorite album of all time.
It's great.
Yes.
It's an absolutely just incredible.
We got that album on a complete like accident. I think
Yeah.
one of Augie's friends was like, "This is too heavy for me, but you might like it." And Augie was like, "Let me borrow it." And I was like, "This is the greatest
Bro, I
shit I've
never
ever
heard anything like that in my life.
Yeah,
I mean, I gotta go with that album. You got a henna tattoo that said forever.
All right. Yeah, no, that like I think that was the first time I heard that like explosive like I don't even know. Like, I'm not a music guy. That like fucking bass drum drop, like fucking
Mm.
that loud ass like
Oh,
that,
dude,
oh God, dude.
A Day to Remember's first album had those in every single song. That's honestly probably another top three album of all time for
Yeah.
me.
See, I never
love
got into them.
that
Like
album.
I
didn't either.
Yeah, I never got into them, which I've heard a lot of people talk about, and I know all their like classics, but I never really like got into them.
Yeah, I saw their first music video with Ron Jeremy, and it was over for me. I was hooked.
Yeah. We'll do Dillinger.
God damn it.
It's like there should be one.
I know
But-
I should know all
but
the
you're
song
like,
names, but
What defines me in my relationship with them?
Yeah, yeah.
no, well, I am picking the Mike Patton EP, but I usually just run it front to back. And Pig Latin.
Acacia Strain. We only got like two more after this, so we're good.
Again, just throw their whole discography in there. See, the Dead Walk, that whole album is heavy as fuck, and I feel like I should choose a song off of that. But Death is the Only Mortal is one of the heaviest fucking albums I've ever heard. But you know what? I'm going to go with the Dead Walk, and I'm going to go with See You Next Tuesday, because the first time me and my old bandmates ever saw the lyrics to that song, we just thought, this is incredible. It describes every woman that's ever dumped us. So great.
There's a band. I'm pretty sure. Now that I'm thinking about it, they probably got their name from that album. Maybe
See You
not.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give a little bit of it might be a spoiler here. You said the episodes you remember the most is Eye of the Beholder.
Mm-hmm.
We have an EP dropping in a couple months, and there might be a correlation between that exact episode and that exact band.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome, dude.
But people will have to look out for that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna hold off on one because I want to judge him, but the Tony Danza.
Caleb, I think we collectively have a song.
Yeah, y'all can put two. That's fine.
Well, we have a song that we cover, but we also have a song that we would love to cover. That I think, honestly, this exact song defines our relationship. Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox.
Speaking of Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox, I watched Tall Tales. I watched that the other day. You ever watch that movie?
I don't think I have.
You haven't?
I don't think
Oh
so.
man, that was
Not
a
on
fucking
purpose.
hit, bro. That movie's so good. It's on Disney,
I'll have to
Disney
check it out.
Plus.
I'll check it out, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's old, so like it fucking it's CGI and everything really sucks shit in it, but it's good.
That's all right.
Compared to the Twilight Zone, I think we'll be
Yeah,
be
true,
just fine.
true. All right, now the last one from this long ass list that we just went through. Luckily we broke it up, but this is the one I'm gonna judge Caleb on, the Chariot.
Ooh.
That's fine.
That's
Yeah.
actually loaded
It says
because
that's fine.
there is no wrong answer. That's
Yeah,
loaded.
yeah.
There is no wrong answer.
Yeah. And then came then.
Yes.
I almost have an accident in my car every time that song comes on.
It's funny. I went and right before that album came out, I already knew it was coming out because I think Solid State dropped like a This Is Solid State EP. That's how I found the Chariot, and they had a song in there, but they've never released a song like on an album. It was just like a standalone song for that EP. And then I did some research. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, this album's coming out. I'm gonna go buy it. We were visiting family in Amarillo, Texas at the time. And so I went to the Hastings there. They had one copy left, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So I bought it. I was like 17, and that CD didn't leave my fucking CD player for a long time.
Wonderful.
Do you remember when labels used to like send you a CD to like discover more of their artists?
Like
when
the
you
sampler
bought
packs?
someone? Like Victory Records did that, and that's how I
Yeah.
discovered Between the Buried and Me, Bury Your Dead, and like so many others.
Yeah, in that
Because of that.
the CD when you bought it from like the store or whatever, it would come with like a sampler CD in the back or some shit.
Yeah,
I used to also go to like Hot Topic and buy their like Hot Topic samplers, and that's how I found all the music back in the day, just buying those.
I miss those days.
Oh yeah, the
Same.
Warped Tour samplers, all that shit. Yeah.
Mm.
So y'all released Escape Clause. What, like, let me find, when did y'all release that? It was fairly recent.
June?
I think it was.
Yep, June 2nd.
He knows better than us.
Yeah, well, I looked on Spotify. I cheated.
Oh, good.
So is that a standalone single, or is that going to be on the EP that y'all got coming out?
That will open the EP.
That will open the EP? Okay, cool. So give y'all a little time frame here. This will be out August 3rd. So is there anything y'all can tell us about the EP that won't mess anything up around that time frame?
I don't think so.
Not really. I don't
Yeah.
think we will have released any info on it yet. But
Okay.
I mean,
All good.
I want
Gotcha.
people to listen to this interview so they could get some tidbits here. So
Well,
we're going to be dropping a track list probably in August.
okay.
Okay.
Sometime
Are y'all going to
with
be dropping
potentially
any
a
more
second
singles
single.
or anything like that?
Yeah, I think maybe one more single
Okay, perfect.
that will feature a vocalist that people within our scene, I think, know pretty well.
Gotcha.
Perfect. We'll get to that towards the end. You'll see.
Could you tell us what episodes you got going on that one?
6 tracks.
6 tracks, okay.
It is acting as like a part 2 to our first EP.
Got you.
So the first EP was called the James Beavis Chronicles,
Mhm.
and this next one is going to be called the Hempstead Assignments.
Okay.
And Mr. Hempstead was Mr. Beavis's guardian angel. So the EP is supposed to be from where Mr. Beavis was in his early life, and then how he is in his later life with his guardian angel working
Gotcha.
together. So it's sort of where we started to where we are now,
Yeah.
where we
Okay.
hope to progress. So
Well,
Very
that's
nice.
awesome, man. That's really cool, dude. I really, really enjoy y'all's sound, y'all's music, and
Mhm.
everything. So I hope it gets the praise it deserves, man. All of these. The next stop, Willoughby, the coordinates and that, do they mean anything to y'all? Because I looked them up.
yeah, the coordinates at the beginning should, I hope, go to Willoughby, Ohio.
Yes.
We've never been there,
Yeah.
but We needed a name for like the intro track for our album. So I thought of just picking the coordinates and just sort of, if anyone gave enough of a shit to look them up, they would find out, oh, Willoughby, cute. All right, no, it's the next
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, so I looked him up and it does come up. It comes up Willoughby right in front of like Willoughby food store.
Tight.
And then like there is nothing else about like normally when you Google coordinates, it'll tell you like towns or whatever, but like it shows you the map, it shows you Willoughby. And I'm assuming it's just like such a small hole in the wall town that like the next search item on Google, the next like five is y'all's EP or album. I mean, so
It's also kind of a perfect example of the town Willoughby in the episode too.
Mhm.
yeah,
Just a quaint little place that this guy is happy to just go to and escape to in his dreams.
yeah, that's awesome, man. Hell yeah. So more new music coming from y'all, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, what are some bands you guys are digging sort of lately?
Car Bomb is on repeat in my life right now. They won't stop. They put out a live album, and I want to see them so bad. Car Bomb.
I Is there a certain number of bands that we can spit out right now, or do you just want like
As
Just
many as
whatever,
you'd
man.
like,
Yeah.
because I maybe some people will laugh at me for this. I don't care. I think the new Sleep Token album is the album of the year for me. I love Sleep Token
I haven't
so
heard
much.
it yet. I've
listened
heard
to it.
all
It's
their
alright.
earlier stuff. I haven't
It's
heard the new one, so I need to do
yeah.
that.
Uh,
I mean, they got. I don't want to say more poppy, but they did kind of on this new album. But
Uh-huh.
I like really all types of music. It doesn't really bother me. I just love the vocalist's
I mean,
voice,
I love their old
honestly.
stuff, so
my my brother messaged me the other day and he said, bro, Sleep Token is kind of like a modern day typo negative.
I yeah. I honestly, what I've seen is a lot of people are calling them like, oh, they're trying to just be a heavier Imagine Dragons,
Yeah, that's
and
funny
I'm
too. Yeah.
oh
wow.
shit, like yeah, this album, I've either heard people say it's the greatest thing I've heard in a long time, or people are like, this is dog shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
But
all hype though, like
but I
when
like it.
when a band like that comes out, it's really good music and it's different and they fuse a lot of different styles together. And
Yeah,
when a band does that and it gets really popular really fast, you got a lot of shit talkers.
yeah,
They're listening though. They're listening to it behind closed doors.
Haters.
oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude,
yeah.
look at their monthly listens. And even if they aren't listening to it, they're still making a killing off the album, so it don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I think I saw before this album dropped and all the hype that it got, they had a few 100,000 monthly listeners, and
hmm
now they're over 2 million.
Yep.
So I say,
Yep.
you know what? Kudos to you
They
guys.
they got their fucking payday. They don't give a
Like,
shit what you say,
yeah, exactly. But that album I've listened to a lot since it's dropped. I've also lately been listening to a band called Face Yourself with a female vocalist who is being dubbed the Will Ramos of females.
Oh, nice.
She sounds just like just I'll say just like a dude, but I mean when you think of like dudes that do like gutturals, like she really is like a female Will Ramos, and
Yeah.
you'll probably ask for a song later. I'm going to give you
Yeah,
one
yeah.
with one of the greatest blads I've ever fucking heard in my
Hmm.
life.
You see, that's the thing too, is like you mentioned like Sleep Token, everybody talking shit about that. Well, when Lorna Shore blew the fuck up like they did, everybody talked shit about them too.
Mhm.
And it's stupid. I don't know.
Mhm.
Will Ramos, I will say that he has like he's very talented. God damn,
He
dude.
is.
Like
He is.
to make all those different noises.
And he's a hell of a singer. He does great Sleep
Yeah.
Token vocal
Yeah,
covers
yeah.
on
He
YouTube.
can sing too. Like, stop it. Fuck. You can only be good at one. All right. You only
Yeah.
get one.
Calm down.
But yeah, man. That's really good shit too. I mean, I listen to the new Lorna too. It's not really like what I listen to consistently. So but I enjoyed it. Let's get a car bomb song on here, man.
I think it's called Gratitude. You guys hear my cat?
I think I
I
got
do.
a little bit there at the
Okay.
end. It's okay.
Yeah.
Augie has a cat, Mr. Kitty, and
Yeah, I
he
have
makes
two
noises
cats. Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, you have two cats.
Yeah, Gratitude. Off the album Meta.
All right. And then Sleep Token.
So, admittedly, even though I just said, oh, I love their new album and stuff, their album 2019, Sundowning, is one of my favorite albums ever. And I'm really torn because the intro track to that is an absolutely incredible song. But I think to really expose anyone that might be interested in like the heavy offbeat, like even genty, if you want to call it, side of Sleep Token, I think I have to choose The Offering.
Yeah. I never listened to them previously.
I mean, I think their first two full length albums are really like people were like, yes. And then they just, again, they had some more poppy type songs on their next album. And people were like, oh, what'd you do? So,
Yeah.
it's just like, I think the album Sundowning and the album This Place Will Become Your Tomb, if you listen to those, I think you'd be like, fuck yeah.
And then give us that Face Yourself song.
So it's called Red. It's just, I think it's literally, we just played a show this weekend and I couldn't stop playing it in the car with Kayla, but I think at like the 8 second mark, she has a quick vocal fill where she just says, say it to my face, you bitch. And I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. I couldn't stop
Damn.
playing it.
Yeah. Those fucking breakdowns that always just seem to scratch an itch, dude. There's one that got me, which I don't really know a whole lot about the guy. I know they're kind of weird, but y'all ever heard Kim Dracula?
No.
I
No?
have,
I don't
yeah.
think
I
so.
showed Adam. I showed Adam. Kim Dracula has probably one of the coolest fucking breakdowns I've ever heard, dude. And it just like scratches this itch for me, dude, because it's a breakdown and like right in the middle of the breakdown, there's like a saxophone, and then it's only like 2 seconds long, like, but it's so fucking cool. It's so cool, man. Adam, you remember that shit? I showed you that.
Yep.
No,
But
a
yeah,
breakdown with a 2 second sax solo. I'm sold.
bro, it's like Kim Dracula switches styles a lot too. So it's like that song in particular I'm talking about. It's called. I sent it to my brother today because he was sending me music, and I was like, check this out. It's called "Make Me Famous," and it's almost like modern new metal. Like yeah, it's called "Make Me Famous." It's definitely got a lot of new metal vibes. He's also got a song with Jonathan Davis called like 70 Thorns or something like that. That's really good. That's a mix between like hair metal, new metal, black metal. It's fucking
Mhm.
wild, dude. Dude's wild, man. Like that song, dude, that fucking song has such a badass little saxophone drop in it. And it's just like the littlest thing, but it's the fucking coolest thing ever, dude.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but let's get y'all got any like homies bands that you want to throw in here?
Absolutely. There's a local band in our area that we adore immensely. There's a few of them, but first and foremost, Smothered Sun.
Mhm.
Um, those are our
Can we
homies.
do Rust?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's the intro song to their EP. It's what they start their set with when you see them live. And just the fucking breakdown behind their solos. These dudes fucking shred. And oh my God, I want to break everything in my fucking room when that part comes. It's so good.
So
And another local legends that we look up to immensely is Last Chance to Reason.
Yes.
all right.
I will also put forward our buddies at Multiple Pieces, local band from New York. They dropped a new song called Ligature Risk. Ligature Risk, which I think is just absolutely fucking fantastic. Um, I would also love to throw in our buddy Chris Deering from The Sound That Ends Creation.
Okay.
What song do you think, Caleb,
For Chris?
for Chris? I almost want to say that Obama sent the immigrants to vaccinate your children with soy milk would be a good one. But
Yeah.
I I also just love Ben Shapiro Can't Handle This WAP. It's so fucking good. God, he's absolutely
just
incredible.
based off the names, bro, I'm gonna put both of those on there.
You might as well.
You can't go wrong with any. All of his
Yeah.
albums have a great theme, and they just have the greatest fucking song names.
Yeah, an
He's a
apple a
one-man
day.
band.
Yeah, one man
Yeah.
band. He does everything. It's so good. He's got a song called "An Apple a Day, You'll Die Anyway." I mean, all of his song names are just absolute brilliant.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
He's fantastic.
You got a song from Last Chance to Reason?
I'll let you pick, Brandon.
I mean, I know what I would pick, but it's not on streaming.
Yeah, their first EP.
Their first EP is not on streaming, unfortunately. I got to go with their album Level 2, just because it's one of the greatest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. Let's do Portal.
League at Your Risk.
And I'm going to be totally honest for anyone that listens to this. If you ever see the band Multiple Pieces live, their drummers, I'm not being dishonest. He's one of the best fucking drummers I've ever seen in my life. I just met him and I was like, oh, this is just like a young kid. He's pretty fun. And then, oh my fuck, man, he is incredible. Go see them live. Go see them live. Shay, the vocalist, will kick you in the chest and you'll see the greatest drums you've ever seen in your life.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, yeah. Dude. And did you say The Sound That Ends Creation is just one guy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Chris
wow.
Deering, he's toured the whole country multiple times now. Just
Yeah, okay.
playing.
And he lives in your state.
Oh,
Yes, he does.
nice.
Oh, I have to throw in, if I can throw in another one. The band No Suffer, No KNOW, and then it's like / Suffer. I had a pretty rough summer last summer, and these guys, like their album, The Great Dying, really pulled me through. The very first song on that album, God Play, is more people need to know about them. They're from Texas too.
Yeah. The Sound That Ends Creation, that reminds me of like old I Wrestled the Bear once with like Krista and shit. Yeah, that's some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Adam, you got anything?
No,
God. Oh, my knee.
now
Sorry.
we can just do the normal ones.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, dude, my knee, man. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
You just
talking too much. My knee hurts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, I've been sitting in my little gamer chair with my leg up for too long. You know how it is when you get a certain age.
You just locked up on you?
Yeah, just locked up on me, dog.
Dude, when I try to leave my daughter's room after putting her down, my feet, I try to tiptoe out so I don't my feet crack. My
dude,
knees
yeah.
crack, and she's like, "Dad." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
You're not
yeah.
not sneaking up on anybody.
Yeah, no, bro, you gotta stand up. It's just like my fucking wife has an ankle and it pops every time she walks. I don't know what the fuck's up with that thing.
That can't be good.
No, dude, but like
oh."
I can just hear her walking around the house, just like
Like a cat with a
bro,
bell.
like yeah, dude.
Well, at least she can't sneak up behind you and
No, man, I'll hear that thing coming from a mile away, dude. It's
Yeah.
loud too. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, but
Does it pop? Does it pop at any speed?
yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's just like she's running.
Won't be able to surprise Peg you.
Yeah, man, exactly. I always got my guard up now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
No, guys. So usually to close it out, we like to ask you what the last song you listened to was.
I have it right here on Spotify. "Deep in the Willow" by Knocked Loose.
nice.
All right, Caleb, what you got?
It was Car Bomb. Because it doesn't leave my car.
I've already picked a song from them, so you can't pick it again.
I'm going to the last one. It was Constant Sleep before my internet on my phone kicked out on me because there's spots in Maine where it's completely dead next to my house, which is really cool.
That sucks.
Oh, that sucks, man. I put Escape Clause as the very first song on this. Give us one more from y'all to close this thing out.
One more song that like
From Serling though, like a Serling song, yeah.
A good one's going to be hard to pick.
Yeah, they're all so fucking good.
Yeah, they're all great, man. Y'all might be a little biased, but take it from an unbiased source.
Like when we play live, because there's so many options. Like the second song off our full length, people love that. Our first ever hit, quote unquote, was Time Enough at Last. Hardcore Team did a reaction video to that, and it just took off for
That's
us.
awesome.
And we end our set with that. And people, honestly, we had a dude in Bangor, Maine, who saw us, and he was like, "I was hoping you were going to play that fucking song," So I don't know if we should go with that, Caleb, or if we should do one like, "Hey, this is one that really defines us," but you might not know it that well.
I was going to pick one that's my current favorite to play live, and it's Mr. Garrity and the Graves. That's what I was going to pick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Anything I'd like to add or anything?
Yeah, we got a lot. I would just say to anyone that's interested, just really be on the lookout the next 2 months. We're hoping to do announcements, I think, in August, and then an EP drop in September. That's all TBD, of course. But that's like a temporary timeline we have right now. We also could potentially be doing our first little tour this year. So I would tell people to, especially if you're in the New England area and some of the surrounding states, just keep checking back for updates.
Awesome.
Of course, stuff like that can always fall through. I'm not making any promises right now, but I want people to be a little hyped and excited that it could happen. So
for sure,
keep the positive vibes for us. Man. But we got some releases and stuff, and as we always do, whenever we do releases, we do limited and numbered releases of things. So if people want sort of a collector's item of something of ours, then definitely stay peeled to our socials.
Okay. Speaking of socials, y'all want to call those out?
Yeah. So, of course, you just search Serling on all streaming platforms. We're also on Bandcamp. You can find us just straight up Serling on Facebook, serling.band on Instagram. We're also on Twitter, although our manager really oversees our socials. I do not have a Twitter personally, but we have a band Twitter that we like to chat with other bands on, I hear. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything, Caleb.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we're on Pure Volume. I don't know.
Pure Volume. God damn. All right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all giving us your time. I know it's late over there, so.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all so much. And if y'all ever have like songs you want to like, I don't know, sneak peek or just have us take a look at or whatever, man, just shoot them our way and we'll help y'all promote them in any way we can. So.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for everything. And y'all have a nice night, man.
You too,
Thanks,
guys.
You too. Thanks for your time. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thanks for having us. Yeah.
Later.
Thank you. See ya.